Hey y'all, welcome in or welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a reading using 4 decks that I pre-pulled on, meaning I used my pick a deck. So we got the events deck, the plot cards, the conflict resolution, and the storymatic. Alright, and then we might pull like from a couple other ones. To start off with, we're going to do the Astro Dice just to get a idea for the collective, and then I'll do a pick a number through 1 through 5. So we got Venus in the sixth house. I can't say sixth right now for some reason. In Aquarius. So we got that Venusian love energy. 6th house is ruled by Venus. I would say Spirit is trying to tell everyone, to focus on putting one's heart space towards planning and strategizing for humanity, for humanitarian efforts. There's something about people feeling like they're being, stolen from and stuff, and Spirit's trying to say that, like, don't worry so much about that and focus more on, like, service-oriented actions. Like, the 6th house is all about service. It's not all about service, but it's mostly that's mostly what it's about. Okay, like service, strategizing, planning. Yeah. So to not necessarily be so focused on, like, oh, like, this person, is copying me. There's a lot of this stuff out there, like copycats and people stealing your stuff or whatever. And it's like, at the end of the day, yeah, there's something about I don't know. It's just like, at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? Like, people are gonna, like, how are you really gonna combat any of that stuff? It's, really what it boils down to in this day and age is, like, who's doing it better. Because, like, pretty much everybody just steals everybody else's ideas, or they go off of them. I mean, it's, like, really hard to have an original idea or whatever. I mean, you can't just constantly be like, oh, this person's copying me. You gotta more try to put a positive spin on it, like, oh, like, it's kind of flattering, or, oh, at least that idea is being spread, reaching more people, 'cause it is a good idea, or whatever. But as far as, like, I pulled the fear from the fear deck. We got ridicule, so I feel like there's people feeling ridiculed and hated on for their work that they're putting out, and then people are saying that, like, they're copying them or something, and it's like, and maybe like the people that are saying that that are saying that others are copying them are well known and have a lot of followers, for example, or, you know, yeah, just well known, or have a lot of followers. So they have more pull as far as like getting people to gang up on the other person, and you know, that's not right, and so that shouldn't happen. But at the end of the day, again, like, fuck that person. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, they're fucking losers. The first will be the last, and the last will be the first. Like, oh, okay. Something we don't know. International outcry. Global voices demand accountability. Pressure forces action. So we're going to keep that for we'll go into that with the plots, the plot cards and the events. But yeah, it has something also to do with the copying and all of that. I've also been getting this message of like, so there's like these, this like little kid just walked by outside my window, and they sounded like a otherworldly like kind of creature, like reminded me of like from the Troll movie, like the original Troll movie, like the really scary one. They sounded kind of like I don't know. I just remember one of the, I think it was the troll guy. Did the little girl turn into like a creature at some point? I think it was like the little girl, like, I don't know. Anyways, okay. So I don't know. I don't even know where I was going. Shit. I just had like total brain death. But yeah, like fuck all the ridicule. Who cares? Yeah, like it's on top of dentures, like people talking shit. Oh, and that's on top of losing your looks, but it's in the reverse. Maybe somebody's talking shit about someone's teeth or something, but it's like Spirit's saying like they're a fucking loser because like you're not gonna lose your teeth, but they are. And they're apparently live food. That's what Spirit thinks of these people. And their dumbass song ain't gonna be stuck in Collective's head. Because they're being dumped. Fucking clowns. Alright, I'm done with that. So, let's do events. If I could find it. Alright, I found it. Oh! Come on. Actually, first of all, how many events do you want to talk about, Spirit? Wow, we got 3 1s. Look at that. I'm not showing you guys. You believe me or don't believe me. I don't care. I really take note of that when it's like all 3 dice are the same number. And that adds up to the Empress, which we talked about in our last reading. Government files declassified and are a farce. In reverse, you want me to take the reversal? 2 maybe yeses and 1 likely yes. Or, yeah, leaning towards yes. So declassified government files are not a farce. Okay. Maybe one of you pay attention to that crap, because I sure don't. Oh. Unknown tracks found in snow or mud. I said 1, but we're just going to do 3. Let me, cut it. Good Lord. I need to get, like, that little Vaseline thing that you can dip your finger in to do the cards. Oh my God. Come on. Yeah, no. So. Buying or selling property. Okay. Alright, next thing is the plot cards. Let's see. How many plots do you want to talk about? Spirit. 2 4s and a 3. I guess we'll go with 4. I've been hearing sirens like crazy today. Thriller just came out, landed on me. Spirit's trying to say I'm super thrilling. I know, I'm just full of fucking thrills. Thrills and chills, baby, all day, every day. Over here. What is that? It's like a really weird siren going on. I'm really great at mimicking things, in case you couldn't tell. Because that's really not what it sounded like. I mean, it was like kind of close, but it was actually like a little faster than that. Like a little bit faster. Quest, a hero. A hero embarks on a journey to achieve a specific goal, overcoming obstacles along the way. We didn't read Thriller. Thriller, protagonist endangered by a criminal or otherwise sinister conspiracy is followed through heroic adventures made up of flight, pursuit, capture, and escape, focused on imminent dangers and evasive actions. Yeah, that would fall on me. Fuck. Tragedy. It was like in the reverse, but you want me to take tragedy? We really don't like tragedies. We got 1 no, 1 maybe no, and 1 yes. Yeah, we'll see if it comes out again. I really don't fucking... I'm just so done with tragedy, bro. I'm so fucking done with it. No, thank you. Rather not. Like, I really, really rather not. I cannot shuffle for shit today. I have, like, hold on. Alright. Let's see if that works better now. Dude, my skin is just, like, insanely dry. On my hands, it's like so dry on my hands. Probably because I'm constantly cleaning and shit. I don't know. Fantasy often involves supernatural themes and are set in worlds that are impossible in reality. Fantasy. Okay. One more, Spirit. Oh my goodness. I gotta make more plot cards. This deck's like really hard to shuffle because there's like barely any cards in it. Oh my fucking God. Come on. Come on. Alright, we're just gonna pick one. The Lost Civilization. Uncover ancient wisdom within yourself or your lineage. Forgotten powers ready to awaken. Alright, we'll take it. Alright, we need conflict resolution cards. Came out as well. Alright, conflict resolution for the thriller. Acquiring necessary knowledge to unveil the truth. Okay. For the quest, a hero embarks on a journey to achieve a specific goal, overcoming obstacles along the way. We got capitulation and surrendering. Okay. All right, for fantasy, mediation in reverse. Spirit saying, do you want to take the reversal? We got one no, one yes, one strong yes, one mostly no, and one maybe no. Can we come up with a better consensus, guys? We got two maybe no's and one leaning yes. Or maybe yeses. Oops, not maybe no's. They're maybe yeses. We'll just take it. Okay. So the Spirit's saying not to partake in mediation because you're in a fantasy plot and you know shit's wild and fuck that. Okay, just do your thing, man. All right, what about the Lost Civilization? I feel like this is all probably like intertwining anyways, but because it's like the same thing basically. I just keep hearing there's so much going on right now. Acknowledge, like in my environment. There's like way too much going on for my ADD brain. All right. Acknowledge. The Lost Civilization, so the conflict resolution is acknowledge. Uncover ancient wisdom within yourself or your lineage. Forgotten power is ready to awaken. By acknowledging it. Spirit is saying. Alright, what about resolutions? We got conflict resolutions and we got regular resolutions. Come on. I'm just gonna flip to how lack of resources or stamina impede progress versus having resources and stamina improving progress. Person versus nature stakes. Yeah, this is a big issue in our world. I'm not sure what the word capitulation means, and I can't look it up right now. But capitulation / surrendering, I'm assuming it has something to do with, like, giving up or whatever. Or giving in, rather. So I'm just trying to think of this in, like, the various contexts of each of these plots. Thriller, endangered by a criminal or otherwise sinister conspiracy, is followed through heroic adventures made up of flight, pursuit, capture, and escape. Focused on imminent dangers and evasive actions. Say, like, lack of resources or stamina could definitely impede the progress for the protagonist because, you know, they're being stalked and assaulted, essentially, right? By a crime syndicate or some crap. Then with Quest, a hero embarks on a journey to achieve a specific goal, overcoming obstacles along the way. Lack of resources or stamina is going to prevent you from overcoming obstacles, so, which is why it's probably saying surrendering. Alright, they want me to do the storymatic with these, so let's just see. Note on a windshield for Thriller. What does the note say? Okay. The deck's all messed up, so it flipped to the top instead of a card. Let's try that again. I'm your biggest fan in reverse, so that makes sense because there's this crime, you know, these criminals stalking this person. Who's the protagonist? We need to do that. Who's the protagonist in the Thriller? Good Lord. The outlaw, out for justice, operates outside the law, but for noble or just causes, often challenging what's deemed illegal and moral. Robin Hood. Makes sense. Alright, so what about the Quest? The time-tested friend has been friends with another character for ages, providing a bridge to the past and unconditional support. Severo in Red Rising. What about the fantasy? The Magician. This isn't supposed to be in here, but yeah. Do another one. The Mirror Twin bears an uncanny resemblance in appearance or character to another, often revealing suppressed traits or desires of the counterpart. Tyler Durden from Fight Club. The Lost Civilization. The charming scoundrel engages in morally ambiguous or outright criminal activities, but does so with charm or wit, i.e. Neil Caffrey from White Collar. Okay. since we did since the Magician came out for the fantasy one, we'll do that deck for the other ones as well. We got wait, is this is not the deck. This one. Okay. Alright, for Thriller, what is the character type? Deuteragonist, secondary main character, second most important character in the story, provides different perspective and opportunity for the protagonist's growth. So this outlaw for Out for Justice is the second most important character in the grand scheme of things. You know, like, that's what life is one main story and then a bunch of little stories. Just like when you play like an RPG game. I'm thinking, you know, like Fallout or Oblivion or Elder Scrolls, whatever you want to call it. You know, there's the main quest and then there's like all these side quests. Alright, what about this quest? The hero that's being told to give up foil character. Someone who contrasts with another character, usually the main character, to highlight their qualities, which makes sense because it came up as a time-tested friend, has been friends with another character for ages. Okay, what about the Lost Civilization? The Explorer. That makes sense. Uncover ancient wisdom within yourself or your lineage, forgotten powers ready to awaken. So, like, explore. This person needs to explore. Alright, let's do some more of these Storymatic cards. So, for the Lost Civilization Spirit, Unclaimed Baggage. What about... So that makes sense. Like, they're not claiming their powers. That's so funny. Note on a windshield. We did that. That was the note. We did the dialogue. You know what I was automatically thinking? I was like, recently I had spoken about this in one of my videos. How somebody the last person I was intimate with, left my planter seedling tray that I had loaned them with my seedlings that I didn't have room to plant. So I asked him if he wanted them because he has a lot of land and like would be able to, in a garden, and like would be able to, you know, grow them. And they ended up leaving it on my windshield. So this could be relevant to whatever's going on here with this storyline. So like with that, it was like getting kind of like some justice back, like getting back items that were stolen. So that also goes with this unclaimed baggage and reclaiming your powers. So for the fantasy, we got contents of a purse, unclaimed baggage, contents of a purse. We're going to do like a little more clarifiers on this stuff because I'm not really sure, you know. Alright, and then for the, what is it? The quest? Yeah. Confession in reverse. So that could have to do with this capitulation and surrendering, because it's confession. surrendering, confessing to something, but saying like don't confess, but it's saying for them to surrender. They're not confessing. So the surrendering is them confessing to something. So somebody's friend, this keeps coming out, people's friends. I don't know. They need to confess something. What do they need to confess, Spirit? Is that what you're saying? They need to confess something? We got 1 maybe yes and 2 maybe no's hidden. Can we get a more of a better... 1 strong yes, 1 likely yes, and 1 leaning no? Alright, well, alright, how many is honk? Somebody's honking. What do they need to confess, Spirit? We'll just do 1. I just put the deck on abortion and involved in shady, malefic dealings. Which, by the way, that came up yesterday with something about, like, a doctor and a priestess. And, like, somebody hurting someone's child. And it made me think about, like, with doctors, like, how ways that doctors could hurt children. And I was thinking about a concept that I've been toying with in my head is, like... because I had gotten an abortion and it like fucked me up. And I was thinking to myself, like, what if, you know, that child, because you know how like energy and matter, whatever, cannot be created nor destroyed, that kind of thing. So in a way, I was thinking of the concept of it in a way where it's like almost like adoption, because it's like your child that you give up, then it goes to somebody else. But it's not like it's not like adoption, it's like an ethers thing, you know? Hong Kong, yeah, confirmation. So, you know, like, yeah, I don't know. Alright. So that could be something like, it came out like somebody hurt your child. Because it was saying something about, like, I think somebody that did something bad a long time ago, and, like, somebody hurting somebody's child. It could actually be something where, like, that person had an abortion, and your child is actually their child. So technically you hurt their child. Because you technically unalived them, right? Then the doctor also, I don't know, mental health just fell in my lap. So confession. When I just split the deck before, it also was on like bestiality. So something about this friend's not having... Or I think it was, because it landed in my lap, it was saying, like, what I'm saying can help people with their mental health, maybe, because for me, it was, like, so final, like, it made me really sad, but then I uncovered this perspective, this different perspective to look at it, and I was like, oh, so they're, like, they could still be alive, but, you know, and they could also be, I ended up having another child, so then their soul just waited and then was born through my child after them. But at the same time, it's like a child, souls are supposed to be born at certain times and stuff like that. So I feel like it would have more to do with that, like what I said originally, not, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Jeez. Alright. So these fell on the floor. This person has no secrets. I don't know, like, what life-threatening illness, was physically abused by a close family member, bestiality again, a relationship with someone who is cheating on someone else to be with you. A relationship with someone who's cheating on someone else to be with you. Yeah, okay. I like can process that. The what's it about deck. Spiritual and religious leaders in the reverse. Financial secret / debt. Performs sacrificial rituals of people / beings. And unalives animals for fun. Wow, okay. So, I feel like it's saying, like, this person doesn't have secrets. They're a time-tested friend or whatever, maybe. So that can be the confession in reverse. They're trying to pin all this other stuff on them. Is that what it is, Spirit? 3 yeses. Yeah, wow. Oh, my God. That's crazy. 3 ones, 3 strong yeses. That's actually wild. Yeah, so they're trying to pin all that fuck shit on this person. Okay. So there's that. What else? Alright, let's do some character cards that are involved with the hero's quest. A dinosaur scientist in the reverse. That is talking about... This is a paleontologist. So I'm thinking, like, you know, like a dinosaur scientist is almost like, I think I've said this before, or I've compared it to this before, is like somebody who like harvests oil. Oh jeez. So they're like not a dinosaur scientist, but they are in a way, so that can make it explain with it being in reverse, because oil comes from dinosaurs, right? Supposedly. Alright. I've also talked about what I think the oil really is and stuff. Actually, I don't know if I fully... Because, like, I had this theory, and then all of a sudden it popped up on my phone, like, a picture of, like, somebody... a giant that was, like, sleeping, and then people had, like, ropes and stuff, like, holding its mouth open, and they're, like, doing all kinds of crap to it. And, you know, we've talked about the stargates, like, the Strait of Hormuz is, like, one of the main stargates is there, and it's, like, a major, it's a major activity spot for resources and stuff. We talked about the whole anagram thing and the HR, human resources. I don't remember, Tehran or whatever. Yeah. Person with a devastating secret. So what I was going to say was, you know, perhaps they're doing something like that where they're actually like siphoning like a sleeping giant, or they even unalive the giant. I don't know. That's in this Stargate portal, and they're using their fluids for like that. I don't know. It's just a theory. There's something there though. Yeah, person with a devastating secret. Is it this dinosaur scientist spirit in reverse? Likely yes, maybe yes, and no. Or lean no. Okay. Who is it? Where's the... Let's see. Let's see who it is. Who it be? Oh, this kind of one. A priest in reverse. Oh, yeah. Religious leader, right? Came up in the secrets. In the what's it about? Spiritual and religious leaders in reverse. Priest in reverse. Oh, jeez. What is this priest's secret? Sexual activity in the reverse. Sexually transmitted disease in the reverse. Violation of trust in the upright. Life-threatening illness. So I think the reversal is just trying to say it's like really bad. There were sirens going off all crazy earlier when I was in class, and I pulled one of my conflict cards and the HIV AIDS card came out, and I was like, what the fuck? So some priest might have recently found out that they have AIDS and they've been giving it to people. Is that what it is? It's a no, a strong no, a maybe no, and a leaning towards yes. And we got two strong yeses and a leaning towards yes. Whatever, I mean, y'all probably know more, whatever this is. This is for you guys. It's not really, it's not. I live under a rock, so. I did just flip to the serpent name. Transformation, shedding, instinct, renewal, meaning transformation coils beneath your awareness. Expanded. Serpent's name and the group Magical Papyri invoked powers of healing, protection, and metamorphosis. This card indicates a deep instinctual shift, a shedding of old skin, and an emergence into a new form. So this priest maybe, you know, it's in the upright. In the reverse would be a fear of change, stagnation, and resisting instinct. So somebody, you know, has an instinct here and Spirit's saying that it's correct. Correspondences, serpents, coils, Chinubis, underworld wisdom, invocation, serpent, guide my transformation. Okay. All right, let's keep going here. What about the outlaw for justice, lifeguard? And I just heard like a phone like vibrate, even though there's no phone in my room. It was like a brr, brr. Yeah, it just did it again. What the fuck? There's literally no phone in my room other than the one I'm on right now. One of twins for the thriller, which is... Oh no, I meant to say for the fantasy, yeah. Which is crazy because that's the one that came out with the mirror twin. One of twins! Alright. Who are these twins? get some clarification on the twin. Well, one's a magician, a woodworker. We got Jesus. They're not an otolaryng, an ENT. I can't fucking say that. What's odd is my left ear just started like itching and feeling like weird. And that's the direction that vibration just came from. So they might have split the deck on bounty hunter and botanist. There might be a bounty hunter looking for a botanist. Better not. Well, if they're a bad botanist, then... then fuck them, right? Maintenance worker and a botanist in reverse. Alright, so woodworker's twin is a shoemaker in reverse. So they're an undertaker upright. Undertaker, so that's somebody who takes care of the cemetery grounds, right? Something like that. I don't know. Okay. Then we got for the lost civilization. Person with a weak heart in reverse. They don't have a weak heart. Yeah, they have this power that it needs to awaken. So, uncover ancient wisdom. So this person is doubting themselves, doubting their own heart, which is blocking their power. Who is this person? Shoemaker in reverse again. What's up with the shoemaker? What do you want to say about the shoemaker in reverse? The shoemaker in reverse has a fear of getting old. Well, tough shit, man. So don't worry about it, shoemaker. You got a holiday coming towards you, okay? There was like a loud honking. Tarot reader in reverse. Alright, we want to know who this person is, not actor, A-list. And that's on top of business person, so they might be, you know, own a business or something. Alright, and then that's it, right? Yeah. Well, we did so who's this friend? What is this friend's, the quest, the hero? What is internet service provider in the reverse, tarot reader in reverse? So they're not those things. An astrologer. I just heard a honking. Like a don't. Yeah, again, don't. That's like a confirmation for me. Alright. So there's that. Let me clean this up. Alright, so I am going to pull from my new deck, the 13th Gate, for the quest character, the astrologer, because they're the only one that seem to have, actually no, them as well as the there's just so much going on right now. Oh my god. Them as well as the first one. What was it? The thriller? Yeah, we'll do both of them. Alright, so for the quest, Spirit, we're just going to pull 3 to see where on their quest they are. Oh, geez, the cards are all whacked out here. Huh. Alright, let's split the deck and try this again. One of my kids is like creeping outside my door. Like, I don't know what they're doing, but it's like tweaking me out. I'm a very paranoid person. You know, that thriller card landed in my lap, so, you know, I have good reason to be. It's fine. Okay. Let's see here. Starting off with the Star Cartographer in the reverse, followed by the False Twin in the upright, and the Clay Key of Memory upright. So, Star Cartographer in the reverse, imagery, celestial being drawing constellations that shift into maps of destiny, meaning timing, cosmic alignment, real world use, astrology, synchronicities, and divine timing. Invocation, Star Cartographer, show me when. Upright, timing is aligned. Reversed, wait, not yet. Some like love music just started playing. It's like dun, dun, what the fuck? Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, okay. So, you see the truth, the false twin. Two figures mirror each other perfectly until one flickers like a glitch. Meaning, imposter, counterpart, karmic entanglement, real world use, love bombing, mirroring, false soul connection. Invocation, false twin, unmask yourself. Upright, you see the truth. Reverse, someone is pretending. So, it's saying, wait, not yet. The timing is not right. You see that there's a false twin present. And then you got the Clay Key of Memory in the upright. You're connected to your roots. A key sculpted from ancient earth. Fingerprints of ancestors glow faintly along its surface. Roots, lineage, remembering who you are. Exploring ancestry, healing generational trauma, reconnecting with childhood truth. Clay Key, reveal my origins, let memory guide me. You're connected to your roots. You know something maybe that happened in the past to your ancestors or yourself or whatever. So when is the timing for this person? When will the time be right for them? I'm assuming it has something to do with love. It's talking about the false twin, and then it's talking about, and then the love music was playing. It was 5, 4. Oh, shit. I think it was 4, 7. 5, 4, 4, 7. Well, 5, 4 is 9, the Hermit, so yeah, that would make sense. And then 4, 7 is Justice. fairness. This is the Emperor and the Chariot. Nighttime in reverse. "4 p.m. in reverse. Now I'm hearing like somebody making weird noises. They're like, hee hee hee. What the fuck is that? Jeepers Creepers sounds. What's going? Not on Sunday? Spirit, come on. Give me one. Not in the near future. 7 a.m. Okay. So we also got midnight in the upright. Midnight from the near past, something happened. That could be with the memory. Alright, the timing's, it's hidden. It's not meant for me to say anything. You know what, I'll throw some asterisks. I forgot to do that. I was going to do that for 5 people. Or you know what, let's do that now. Pick a number between 1 through 5. Alright, group number 1. Pause the video if you need to. Decide. Group number 1, you got Virgo, the sun in Virgo in the first house. Something's being illuminated on someone's actions. Involving a service that they did. Or a service that you did. But you can feel free to Google that or to interpret it however you want. Okay. Number 2, what to do. You got Uranus in the 9th house in Aquarius. So, not service, what am I saying? Well, kind of. Humanitarian type stuff or collective type stuff. Relative to like philosophy, spirituality, traveling. So Spirit might be asking you to travel to join some type of cause. It could be unexpected. You might be unexpectedly driven to travel to participate in some type of humanitarian effort. Number 3, what it be? You got Venus in the 6th house and Scorpio, which is very deep, transformative love. Also justice, balance, harmony. Relative to service. The Venus landed on the ancestry key of memory, and then the 6 is like perfectly in between the false twin and the ancestry key of memory. So something about maybe you know about somebody who's pretending to be somebody's twin or whatever, shapeshifter or some crap, and Spirit's saying for you to protect them, because the Scorpio landed by my little bottle of fluorite, interestingly enough, which protects, which is used by witches to protect them. Transformation, death, rebirth, protection. Yeah, okay. Take it how it resonates. What was that shit? Was that 3? Yeah. All right, number 4. What doth Spirit implore? You got Leo, what is that, South Node? And the 3rd house is Gemini. Spirit's asking you to focus on your South Node, because South Node, a lot of people are like, you shouldn't be in your South Node or whatever, but South Node's actually your strength. It's what you already mastered. So they're talking about you being like on stage with your communications and saying to focus on that. They all fell together. And also I can see Taurus as well. They're in the reverse though. The Leo and the Taurus is in the reverse. So yeah. Okay, I see what it's trying to say. It's trying to say focus more on like beautifying and action towards humanitarian type stuff and working in the shadows. So you might be like on stage a lot or whatever, very good at communicating. And the 3 is like diagonal to this false twin. So yeah, something about that. I don't know. All right, number 5. You got Mercury in the second. Or not. I always read Gemini as the second. Mercury in the 3rd house in Gemini. This came up yesterday. So hardcore communication. Spirit wants you to communicate something. The Gemini fell right next to the fluorite. Action towards communicating, working hard towards communicating. The beauty is protected. What you're imagining, what you're thinking about is also protected. Your hard work and dedication is also protected. All right, so that's those messages. All right, now let's, bottom of the deck for this astrologer is the Shadow Blade in reverse. You need energetic protection. So you can get that by diving deep. Face your fear and your shadow. Stop avoiding. It says you're facing the shadow, but that's where your energetic protection will come from. Fucking bullies or some shit out there making weird ass noises. The Iron Knight. Iron Knight, stand guard. You're protected. Meaning protection of the union, loyal friends, protectors, and boundaries. All right, and then let's see what for the what the fuck that was. They were trying to make a walrus noise or something. Alright, this is for the thriller. The Robin Hood person. Second most important character in the story. Come on. Oh, one message I've been getting that I want to bring up with this is there's, I don't know, like, if the veracity of this or whatever, but it's just a message I've been getting, is something about the outer realms. So, like, if you think of where we're at as in a dome or the Truman Show, those watching the show outside of the dome are finally standing up against what they're doing to all of us in here. So we got 10th gate, the chamber of release, a quiet stone room with a pool of still water. Everything you drop into it dissolves into light. Purification, letting go, emotional clearing. Real world use, rest, decluttering, releasing guilt or resentment. Invocation, chamber of release, empty me of what I no longer carry. And it was in the upright, letting go. So this person's letting go of something that's burdening them greatly. Number 2, mirror veil, disguise, energy masking, blending in, real world use, neutral clothing in hostile environments, masking your emotional state in unsafe company, using a gray rock strategy with narcissists. Invocation, veil of mirrors, cloak my light, let only truth see me. Upright, your energy is protected. Reverse, you need to mask your presence or intentions. It was in reverse. So this person needs to work on their poker face a little better. All right, number 3. Oh, great. The bone thief. A finger stitching bones into a false amplifier. The creation twitches unnaturally, meaning forced union, artificial connection, stolen power. Real world use, forcing relationships, rushing healing, unhealthy coping. Invocation, bone thief, release what is not yours. Upright, you've stopped forcing. Reverse, you're trying to force something. I mean, we got the chamber of release and then this forcing energy. So, letting go. Alright, we need a little more clarity on that. On the bottom of the deck, the Shadow Blade upright, you're protected. Something is out of alignment. What about the bone thief? You're remembering. You already have the leverage. Honk. Okay, so it's like, you know, like you already won or whatever, like you don't need to try so hard, I guess. And then I think it's saying like this person needs to take a little bit of a step back, be in the shadows. Because their heart's already been weighed on the scale. The feather lock. It's in the upright. Truth is clear. Make aligned choices telling the truth. Yeah. Okay. Let's get one more on this. The underworld gate. In reverse. Avoidance, fear of death, resisting inner work. Here we go again with the buried power. So it's the threshold, descent, shadow work, initiation, meaning you stand at the threshold of deep transformation, expanded. The underworld gate is not a place of doom, it is a place of truth. This card signals a descent into the hidden layers of your psyche where old wounds, forgotten memories, and buried power reside. In the reverse, avoidance, fear of death, resisting inner work, correspondences, caverns, black stone, Anubis, necromantic rites, invocation, guide me safely through the gate of shadows. And we do have the shadow blade. Yeah, it's heavy what this person's holding. It's super, super heavy. They've been alone for a long time and have felt, you know, maybe they've felt like they need to create false amplifiers because they're like never gonna get a real connection or something to get the Conjunctio Philosopher's Stone through union of two people. I mean, you can get it through union of yourself as well, but I think it's more the way alchemy works, though. I feel like, yeah, okay. The phoenix cry, from the ashes let me rise renewed. In the upright. This card signifies a powerful renewal, a rising from the ashes, and the reclaiming of strength after loss. Oh, okay. So yeah, so like somebody, you know, I'm just looking at the pictures, it's like somebody pretending to be this like evil person, pretending to be like they're not evil, like stealing this person's power. But there's this like ninja in the background like helping them, and this dude with the cane playing chess, knocking bitches on their ass. This is like time's up, like you see the hourglass in the background, like time's up. It's already, this has already been, like this person's heart's already been weighed, it's already been decided. Their book is written already, and it's locked up, and it's protected. Something like that. I don't know. Alright. I'm done. I'm done with this reading right now. I guess we could do some fortunes, and then we will say bye-bye until next time. All right, pick a number between 1 through 5. Number 1, we got 2. Don't miss out on your chance to win big. Everyone is rooting for you. Don't give up. Your exotic ideas lead you to many exciting new adventures. Okay. Number 2, what it do? A couple of extra bucks could be floating in your direction. Oh, we like to hear that. Number 3, what it be? Do your work with your whole heart and you will succeed. Number 4, what's all the spirits implore? My kid just like went. What the fuck? Patience is one of the hardest virtues to master. Oh. Yo, you good out there? Alright, that's actually a little concerning. Do your work with your whole heart and you will succeed. I just saw that again. Okay. Number 5. What do you need to stay alive? A couple of extra bucks could be floating in your direction. We did get the resolution cards talking about like resources and people not having enough resources and it preventing them from accomplishing their missions. Yeah. All right, y'all, that's the messages I have for you for right now, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.